Hello, HSA families. I'm Mrs. Kozi, and today I'm here to show you how to make some really cute holiday crafts. Here's the first craft we're going to make, and this one is really easy. All you'll need are a few things from the Dollar Tree. You will need some fake snow. I got the smallest size. Some glue. You'll need a big round candle holder. At least I think it's a candle holder. I found it in the candle section of the Dollar Tree. A figurine or two, and some other details that you want to put in there. I chose a little minion. They have this at the Dollar Tree, and these little gifts. And then you'll need some felt if you want to put a little hat on your figurine, and some scissors. Oh, it's actually called Bubble Ball, diameter 4.9 inches by 3.9 inches, but you are welcome to get anything bigger or smaller, whatever you prefer. All right, so nice and easy. The first thing that you're gonna want to do is to place your little figurine in your little bowl. Then you're going to pour your fake snow in there as high as you want it to go. So I'm definitely going to cover the bottom base here on my little guy. All right. And then you're going to take your little guy out of there for just a second. And I'm going to make him a little hat. All right. So this is pretty simple. All you need to do is, with your felt, you're going to cut it in a rounded cut. Okay, we're going to make a cone. So I'm just going to cut around. And as for size, it just depends on the size of your little figurine. Okay, there we go. Have my little felt piece. You can see the side or the shape there. And then I'm going to fold it over onto itself, and it's okay if it's not perfect, but you want to glue it just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and add some glue there. All right, and then I'm going to hold that tight until that glue dries. And too, it depends on the type of glue that you use. For the first one, I tried some of the dollar store glue and it didn't really work very well. Or maybe I just wasn't very patient with it. So I actually used super glue for this guy. But I think for this one, I'm going to use some hot glue. Yeah, I used hot glue for this guy. And it's turning out really good so far. You could also use tacky glue. That would work pretty well. So you just have to hold it for a little bit longer. All right. So I have my little minion. I'm going to put him back in there. Add some little presents here beside him. And I just made this little tree out of a pipe cleaner. So I'll put that in there somewhere. There we go. All right. As I said, you can add your own details to this. It's whatever you want to put in there to make your snowy scene. Go ahead and do that. I hope you enjoyed making your little snowy scenes. With these, a really cool thing about them is that in the springtime, you can go ahead and put your winter stuff in a bag somewhere and fill this with moss or with dirt and create like a little fairy garden or something. And then in the summertime, put some sand in here and fill it with some summery stuff. There's so much that you can do with this. Are you ready for craft number 2? All right, here we go. All right, so I bet you're wondering, what are we making? Well, here you go. We are making these little sleds. Pretty cool. So you can hang these on your Christmas tree, or you can just hang them on your door. They're just a little fun decoration. little winter decoration. So for this one, you'll need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 popsicle sticks of the same color. And then 2 more of a different color or the same color. If you just have the regular popsicle sticks, it'll work just fine. And then if you have the wider popsicle sticks, those will also work just fine. And if you want to use different color popsicle sticks, that is okay too, even though I said earlier to use the same color. It really doesn't matter. You'll also need some scissors and you'll need some glue. You can use any of the glues here. You can use tacky glue, wood glue, super glue. Here I have hot glue. I'm going to use hot glue with mine just because it holds so strong so quickly. So I'm going to take 5 of my sticks and I'm going to place them just like so, with the middle stick being the tallest to here being just pushed down a little bit, and then the sticks on the end push down a little bit more, but even with each other. All right, then I will take another popsicle stick, can be the same color or it can be a different color, and I'm just going to cut off the ends here, and then I'll cut it in half. So I have 2 pieces that are approximately the same size. Then I'll go ahead and glue these across my sled here in the middle, just like so. And I want to make sure that my glue goes all the way across that little stick that I made, so that it holds on to each one of these other sticks. With 2 more popsicle sticks, I'm going to make the slidey part of the sled. You can see with my other sled that I made here, don't mind the sloppy hot glue work there, that these are going to be on their sides. So for that, I'm going to make sure that I have enough glue there to hold it in place. And if you're not using hot glue, you might just have to hold this here for a couple minutes to make sure that it really sticks. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, Mrs. Kozi forgot something, you are right. There's always one thing that I forget. This time it was the yarn. So you'll need yarn or ribbon or anything like that. And that is to be able to hang up your sled. So I'm just going to go ahead and add that here to the front, the tallest popsicle stick. If you're using different glue and not hot glue, you might want to tie this first at the end before gluing it there. That might help it to stay better. All right, so that is the sled. But there's one thing that I wanted to tell you is that what makes everything more exciting to look at? If you said pictures, you are so right. Pictures. So I have here my son. Well, my son is furry. He's a cat. I'm going to go ahead and add my furry son to the front of my sled here. And that's just going to make this ornament even more special. I use Mod Podge for this just because it applies that layer of glue so nice and smoothly, and it's so thin. All right, and I also like Mod Podge because I always say Mod Podge because it can also give you a nice shiny coat, over your photos. So I'm going to go ahead and apply Mod Podge to the front of my little printed out picture as well. Sometimes I forget how much I love Mod Podge. So after I painted over my photo, I went ahead and just painted Mod Podge over the rest of my sled, and it made it so nice and shiny on the front. And I think I'm going to do the same for the blades of my sled as well. So that's it. My little sled is all done. Just waiting for the Mod Podge to dry. But it looks pretty great. I can't wait to bring it home and show my little kitty cat. I wonder what he'll say. If you have more popsicle sticks around, you can also make some of these other things. So you can make a little car with a Christmas tree on top. I put a little piece of bag behind the window so it looked like it was a shiny window. You could make a Christmas tree. I put some pipe cleaners around it. And let's see, oh, the car had also little buttons for the wheels. I should paint this one with Mod Podge. Oh, and I also made a Star of David. Well, I hope that you enjoyed these crafts. I hope that you get to make these with your family this holiday season. Have a wonderful, wonderful winter break. Happy holidays to you and your family.